In this video, you'll learn about one of the most important features of your Google Drive, and that's being able to share files and collaborate on them with other teachers. When you share files, you're able to work on an activity with another teacher without having to be in the same room or coordinate schedules. When someone makes changes, you automatically have the most updated version of that file. Now, you can share files with one person or even your whole staff. You're able to share examples of student work, assessments, lesson plans, parent letters, any file that's in your drive, and there are no masters to copy or lose. So let's get started sharing a couple of my files that I have right here in my drive. There are a few different ways to share files, so I'll show you them and you can decide which one you'll use. I'm going to start by double-clicking on my Cenotes file. The first way you can share a file is from inside of that file. So you can see I've opened up the file, and after I've finished working on this, let's say I want to share it. I can share it right from here. I'll do that by clicking on the Share button in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. You can see a box has popped up. It says Share with Others. In this center box, I'm going to type in the names or the email address of the person that I want to share it with. I'm going to share it with my friend Frances. You can see that when I start to type in her name, her email address appears below, so I'll just click below on her email address. Now, if I want to add another person, I can type in another name here. And then if I continue to the right, there's this little pencil icon. I'm going to click on it. Right now, it says that Frances can edit this file. So if I want her to collaborate on this with me and I want her to be able to type and change things, I would leave it at Can Edit. If there's ever a time where you want someone to have a file of yours, but you don't want them to be able to change it, you just want them to be able to make comments on it, you can click Can Comment. And if you just want them to simply look at it, you can click Can View. In this case, I'm going to keep it at Can Edit. In the center, you can add a note if you'd like. That note will appear in the email that Frances receives saying that I have shared this file with her. When you're finished, click the Send button at the bottom. At the top, you can see that it says Shared with one person. And now if you take a look at that Share button in the upper right-hand corner, there are now two people here. That means that it has been shared. And if I hover over it, you can see in that black box that it says Shared with one person. When I click on the Share button again, you can see that it lists who the file has been shared with. So if you ever forget who it's been shared with, you can find that here. And you can always add more people to share this file with. I'll click Done. I'm going to go back to my drive by clicking on the My Drive tab at the top of my screen. You'll also notice next to my Cenotes file, there are now two little people icons. And again, that means that the file has been shared. If I want to share a file without clicking on it and opening it up, I can do that as well. I'm going to click on Life Cycle Butterfly, the file that I want to share next, and then I'm going to click on the button in the upper right-hand corner that has a plus sign with a person. And you can see that it says Share Life Cycle Butterfly. When I click on that, that same share box will appear. So again, you can type in the person's name, who you want to share it with, change how the file is shared, and then click Send. You can see that Life Cycle Butterfly now has the people next to it. That means it's shared. The last way you can share a file right from your drive is you can right-click on the file that you want to share. So I'm going to share the Life Cycle Butterfly file again. I'm going to right-click on it, and I'm going to click the Share button. This is a quick way to share as well. So I'll go ahead and click on Share. And now I can type in the names of those people I'd like to share it with. When you're finished, you'll just click Done. Before I click Done, I want to show you one more thing. If there's ever that rare case where you decide you no longer want someone to have access to your file, what you can do is click on Advanced in the bottom right-hand corner of this share box. And then in the center of the screen, it says who has access to this file. If I no longer want Frances to have access to this file, I'd click the X on the right-hand side of this row. If I didn't want her to be able to edit it anymore, but I just want her to view it, I'd click on the arrow next to this pencil, and then I could change those settings here. Know that when someone has access to editing your file, they can share it with other people as well. If you have a file that is really private and you don't want anyone else to be able to share this file, go to the bottom of this box under Owner Settings, and there are a couple more settings that will really restrict the privacy of the file. I have never used those settings, but again, if you have a rare case where this file is really private, you can click on these. When you're all finished, click Done. The last thing I want to show you is where you'll find the files that other people share with you. So if someone has shared a file with you, you'll click on Shared with Me on the left side of your drive, and you'll find the files there. Now, these files will always be in my Shared with Me folder, but if I want them to appear on my main drive page, or I want to add them to a folder later, I have to put them into my drive. To do this, I'll right-click on the file that I want to move. So I'm going to right-click on this first file, Narrative Small Moments, and then I'll just go down to Add to my drive. When I click on My Drive now on the left, you'll see that the Narrative Small Moment file has been moved to my drive. All right, well, that is all for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please rate us on TPT. And if you have any teacher friends who you think would be interested in this course, please let them know where they can find it.